It's all of us, you guys. I really just get a warm feeling in my heart when I see all four of us on the screen. First of all, live from Mongolia, Boogie Cousins, give us the good news, friend.
We play game one of the finals tomorrow. So we came back from down 3-2, finished out the last series. So proud of my guys, happy for my guys. We got one more round to go.
You seem like you're over the moon, Boogie.
Super excited.
Well, by the way, it is late at night for Boogie when we do this. Like this is all wonky.
That puts it in context. We got
it does help. The time difference is crazy.
Inside, Chandler, screaming on the inside.
That's kind of his MO, by the way. Live from Atlanta, Lou Will. Live from Cabo, Chandler. And live from San Antonio, home of your San Antonio Spurs, me, Michelle. But we're going to get things started now with the Spurs, with the number one team in the Western Conference. Here we go. OKC. Good Lord. This was sort of the battle of the ones. And honestly, even though a lot of guys sat this one out, it was still a heck of a battle. SGA finishes with 47 points. Are you kidding me right now? He did have an opportunity for a game winner, which is, some say, controversial in the final seconds, but he got a late offensive foul call. Boogie, I'm going to start with you. This is obviously, considering it's SGA, a huge story this morning because of when it was called and who it was called on. What'd you think?
I thought absolutely nothing of it. Now we can put the narrative that, he has the whistle on his side. Obviously, they make the call that they see. Everything doesn't always go SGA's way. So I think this was a result of it. Hopefully we can, satisfy some fans that complain about his style of play and the whistle that they think he receives. So I think this is a prime example of that. But with all that being said, he had an incredible performance. 47, still making a huge case for another MVP year. Man, this race is getting really, really crazy, especially towards the end of the year. I'm not really used to seeing, usually at this time of year, when you think about the top teams in the league, they kind of start to, put their stars aside, let them rest up for the playoffs, especially if they already got that playoff spot. But it's like mid-season form right now at the end of the season. This is incredible to see. This is incredible basketball. I'm enjoying it. I'm sure the fans are enjoying it, but this is crazy to see.
Yeah.
What'd you think, Lou?
I thought last night.
He looked shocked, by the way.
Yeah, it was an amazing game, and give Detroit a lot of credit, man, for them to have so many guys out of the lineup and to compete the way that they did. Javonte Green was amazing. Paul Reed was amazing. They had a lot of guys that stepped up, played really good basketball. As soon as SGA checked into the game, 3 straight mid-range jump shots to change the direction of how that game was going to go, right? And so, to me, last night kind of put the icing on the cake. I think he's going to be a back-to-back MVP, and people are going to, they're going to make their bones about fouls and the whistle being on his side, this and that. He wasn't getting fouled when he was getting to his spots and pulling up jump shots and winning the game from 17 feet and even putting them in a position to even get there. And even the push-off call, it was a clear-cut push-off. I watched that game. I watched it in its entirety. There were a lot of calls that he had initiated in his foul baiting stuff that didn't go his way. So when he does get fouled, these are legitimate fouls. And in order for you to have success with that, in order for it to be even effective, you got to be able to score the basketball at a high clip because people got to respect you at the three-point line so you can get them on up fakes. They got to respect you in the mid-range because you can drive the ball. And when you're driving the ball, you got enough size where you can play in contact and still get an opportunity to get fouled. These are all three things at all three levels that he's capable of doing, and he's used it to his advantage. So I get it that coaches, especially Bickerstaff was going to lose his mind last night. If Shai shot one more free throw last night, I think JB would have took his shirt off. Like he had enough. But a lot of this were legitimate. A lot of these things were legitimate. And so, for me, last night was one of those performances that you say, okay, we love Wemby. We love what Jaylen Brown and Jokic have been able to do this year. And obviously Cade Cunningham and Luka. But SGA is going to be our back-to-back MVP, and it's much deserved.
And you know what? As good as he was at getting to the free throw line, as good as he continues to be, that was a foul. Like he fully extended his arm. He can't push off like that. I wouldn't want to be the referee to call that at the end of the game, and he still hit an outrageous shot. But you have to call this when you fully extend it. And usually he's so good at kind of creating the contact with his shoulder that he doesn't have to fully extend like this. But that's the right call. So I can't be mad at that. And again, I kind of optically, I love, like, look, we're blowing the whistle. We're making the right calls. I don't care the time of the game. They got this right. And like the guys just said, this was an awesome game. A lot of guys out, a lot of guys banged up. Credit to Detroit for fighting. I think they've won like 5 out of 6 since Cade's been out. So they're still competing. Guys like Sasser are getting some minutes. Jenkins has really proven himself as a valid NBA player. Paul Reed has really stepped up whenever Duran goes out and Cade goes out. Paul Reed's just like an automatic 20 and 10. Like, he's been fantastic. But this was just a great game of 2 number 1 seeds that are just playing hard and next man up mentality. And SGA, I mean, look at that stat line. Talk about just efficiency. 12 of 19, 21 or 25 free throws, 47. Like, I got to agree with Lou here. Games like this, he just continues to impress, and it's just his consistency every single night. Just another 20-plus point game, just building on that record, on that history, and they just continue to win. So he's really unbelievable, and this was an unbelievable game for this late in the season with 2 teams really playing for nothing.
You know what, Boogie? I like what you said, that usually by this time things are starting to chill to get ready for the big ramp up, and it does not feel like that at all. His 47, we'll get to Wemby in a second, but the fact that they've won 18 of their 20, they are not slowing down. I think most of us who've been paying attention probably feel like this thing could go dynasty way. Like, it just feels like that's what they're building towards. But, and I'm wondering, Chandler, if you feel this yet at all, there's a growing sentiment, I think, amongst sort of fans and maybe other teams' fan bases that they're the villains, that they view OKC, SGA, which is kind of crazy because for so long we're just like, it's just a bunch of sweet kids. But now they're taking on this villain idea. What do you think about that? Do you see that?
I think when you have the success that they have, and they have it so quick and so consistently, that you're naturally not going to be loved by everybody. And then you've had some dust-ups and mix-ups with guys like Lou Dort, who have been getting in altercations and some questionable dirty plays against guys like Jokic. It's definitely put a little heat on them, but I, as just like a fan and in the media, I don't look at them like that at all. I don't think they're bad dudes. I don't think they're malicious. I don't think they even want that rep. This team kind of reminds me of just like a young AAU team that is just genuinely hyped and happy and hang together. And the interviews afterwards, if you love it or hate it, I can see if I was playing against them, I could see that could piss me off. But like, I don't think they're doing that out of spite. I don't think they're doing that to be the villain and to kind of create that narrative. But I think just when you're this good and you're just whooping teams and you're not playing in the fourth quarter and you're dancing around after the game celebrating, I think it could get a little obnoxious for other teams. But I don't think they've done anything villain type role. They haven't done anything like Dylan Brooks status. They haven't done anything like Draymond status. They really, in my eyes, haven't done anything like that besides win. So if we want to villainize them for winning, sure,
that's a thing.
Fine.
That is a
what
thing.
Chandler said. They ain't villains. They getting hated on. That's what's happening. They get hated on. And this is not a unique circumstance. Anybody that's at the top of the mountain and you want to knock them off the top of the mountain, there's going to be a problem. You're going to find reasons to be upset. You're going to find reasons to be motivated. You're going to find reasons to have a reason to be mad at the guys that are at the top of the food chain. What Chandler just said, the only thing they've done is kicked everybody's ass and have fun doing it. They ain't bothering nobody. They're not giving you billboard material. If you want to make a case for Lou Dort being a dirty player, if anything, we'll give you that little piece right there. He makes some strong plays, but even when he makes a strong play, it ain't like he's talking trash. It ain't like he's staring you down, standing over you. None of those things. It's good physical basketball. Sometimes it can go over the line. He's even said that he's went over the line in a couple of those instances. Outside of that, what else you got? What else you got? These dudes just like to get dressed, put their clothes on, and look good, take pictures, and go whoop ass on the basketball court, and they go home. That's all they've done. So if we're going to paint them as villains, then we got a very low bar for a villain story. We really do. So
I don't like the way they warm up, Boogie. I don't like it. There's something up there.
That's I think it's just a real case of haterade. Like you hate to see the next guy be successful. It's even a form of jealousy. To call him a villain, I would have to disagree. But it also kind of reminds me of the beginning days of the Warriors when they started their successful run. That first year, they were kind of, one of the most loved teams in the league. And eventually, they started to receive hate. They started to pick apart different things that they didn't like about that group. And for the main part, the most physical and, I guess you could say dirty guy, Draymond became that villain. And I kind of see the same thing happening in Lou Dort. Not to the same extreme, but it's the same. It's in the same field. So everybody in this league, people hate success. The fans hate success, especially when it doesn't seem like it's coming to an end anytime soon. So I guess it's a way of hating from the outside, and hopefully it can kind of tear them apart on the inside. But like I said, I don't see this show slowing down anytime soon. And buckle up because these guys are rolling.
They are rolling. SGA was asking